Life and Win, where teens are not your ordinary teens, affecting change and giving back.
Now, a story about a teen's never-ending love for her father. It's been an emotional journey for 18-year-old Lindsey Jordan. She feels like she's been robbed of her relationship with her dad. But through it all, she's found a way to give back and lend her voice to a crippling disease. Lindsey Jordan looks like any other teen. She's performing and doing what she loves to do. She enjoys singing and dancing on stage with her musical theater group.
Everything's going really great at school for me.
She is a happy teen. This is her dad, Charles. He's dying right before her eyes. He's in the final stages of Alzheimer's disease.
Right now, Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States, and there are over 5 million Americans that are affected by this disease. Alzheimer's is a disease that affects your brain mostly, and slowly it just starts to decay and you start to lose your memory and just slowly start to forget how to do things that come naturally to you, like walking or eating or speaking. My dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2002. I was only 8 years old and he was 51. So we've been dealing with this disease for a while now. Oh, hi. I'm so glad I get to visit you. First, there's subtle memory loss, but slowly it'll start to get worse and they'll start to forget people around them, forget their family, forget what they were doing 2 seconds ago.
Lindsey knows the stages all too well. She's witnessed them firsthand.
Honestly, I feel like I've been robbed. All of these milestones in my life, like graduating high school or putting on like a show and doing productions, and just knowing that he's not there and knowing that he won't be there for any of the other future milestones in my life. Like, he won't be there to walk me down the aisle when I get married, and he won't be there for my college graduation and things like that. I wish he was there for every moment that he wasn't. It's so hard. It's just like, even the little things I wish he was there for. Just everyday things that would have made such a difference if he was there. And then there's the bigger things like my high school graduation or my 18th birthday, things like that he wasn't there for. And I know that he'll never be there for any of the things in my future either, which is really hard.
There's also the things we take for granted.
Seeing him around the house or having him pick me up from school, it's hard because seeing all of my friends and seeing the great relationships that they have with their fathers and just knowing that they are always there for them. And my dad didn't choose this, but it was sort of just forced upon him. And if he had the choice, he would do anything he could to be there for us, but there's nothing that we could have done to prevent this. When I found out, I was more confused, I guess, because I had no clue what this disease was or what it entailed. My family would just tell me, oh, you know, Dad's sick and we're gonna have to take care of him now.
But she wanted to know more, and soon she jumped in with everything she had and became an Alzheimer's advocate. In 2008, her local chapter of the Alzheimer's Association named her the Caregiver of the Year. That's actor Victor Garber giving her the award. She also wrote an essay for Maria Shriver's book, The Shriver Report, A Woman's Nation Takes on Alzheimer's. We asked her to read part of her published essay.
Teen caregiver. My childhood is filled with so many wonderful family memories. I learned and believed that together, ordinary people could do great things. But nothing in my life prepared me for Alzheimer's, the unforgiving and relentless disease that stole my dad's memories and robbed us of a lifetime of adventures.
How hard is it being a teenager helping care for your dad who has Alzheimer's?
You know, it's not as difficult as you might think because it's sort of been like that's how it has been my whole life. My family and I have been taking care of him for practically my whole life. Now we just go there and visit him and sometimes feed him, walk around with him, and just sometimes I sing to him because it seems like he sometimes comes back for a few seconds when I sing one of his favorite songs. So.
How sad is it knowing that he doesn't recognize you?
Oh, it's really sad knowing that he has no clue who any of us are. It's really difficult because slowly he would forget each of us one by one.
What were some of the first signs that your dad was starting to get the disease?
We were making Easter eggs and we were like coloring on the eggs and writing in the pen so that the words appear when you dip it in the ink. My dad was writing Happy Easter on an egg and he had spelled the word Easter wrong. And so we were like, oh, you spelled Easter wrong, and he had no clue. And we were like, this is strange. Like, he's never spelled anything wrong in his life. He's a college professor.
What do you do as an advocate?
As an advocate, I like to put on a lot of different fundraising events. They have a lot of walks to end Alzheimer's in my area. And so my friends and I and my family will make teams and we go out and raise money. And I put on a benefit concert and it was great. I just like spreading awareness and making sure that people fully understand what the disease actually is instead of the stereotypes that people sort of just think of when they hear the word Alzheimer's.
What are some of the stereotypes that are absolutely not true about Alzheimer's?
I think one of the main ones that I try to get across most frequently is that Alzheimer's is not just an elderly person's disease. I've known so many people that have gotten it in their 30s and in their 40s, like my father, and when you get it at a younger age, you tend to go downhill way faster than when you get it at an older age.
And so today, she continues her battle to raise awareness and do whatever it takes to wipe out the disease.
When my dad dies, I think it'll be a little bit of a relief just knowing that he doesn't have to suffer anymore. My ultimate goal is to just continue to spread the word. Fundraising is very important because we need funds to eventually find a cure. Doing all this has taught me that every little thing can count. And every little thing that I've done, I think, has made an impact, which is something that I like to tell everyone because some people believe that their little donations or their little advocacy works won't really impact the greater whole, but it does. Every little thing helps, which is why I like to advocate.
In the meantime, she'll continue lending her voice and helping families affected by Alzheimer's.
Stay positive and never lose hope because eventually someday we'll probably find a cure. And even though it might be too late for our family members, it won't be too late for the millions and millions of other people that haven't gotten it yet.
Since we shot our story, Lindsey's father, Charles, died. He was 62.